Hi, this is Watson with Security Alarm, and in this video I want to demonstrate how to simply just power down the system and then power it back up. You probably have received an email or a call about your system not working properly, or you have called in about some issues with your panel. Usually when you need to power cycle a panel, it's because of a lightning strike hit or a power surge, and your system just isn't working like it should. So sometimes the system just needs a reboot, and that's what we're going to do basically. The first thing you're going to want to do though is just make sure the system's on test, because we have to get to the battery and the cell communicator, and when you pop that cover we will dispatch. So before you do anything, call our office and 618-548-5768. Just put that system on test. Once you have the system on test, you can go ahead and reboot, power it down, power it back up. So the tools you're going to need are a flathead screwdriver and a phillips-head screwdriver. And what you're going to want to do first is grab your flathead screwdriver, and you're going to locate underneath the cell communicator. There's two little release tabs. And that's where you're going to use your flathead screwdriver to get to that battery. So basically you push that in, it makes a little pop, and you're able to get that cover off. And it is on really good. So as it should, your keypad's going to say, hey, someone's messing with your system, there's a tamper. So to silence that, you're going to do your code off, and that's going to silence it so you don't keep hearing that beeping noise. You can let it beep, it won't hurt anything, but if you want it to be quiet, just do that. So now, all you need to do inside the cell communicator, there's a red wire that goes to the positive lead on the battery. You're just going to take that off. That's it for that part. You can just leave that hanging. So that's done. Now, your alarm box. It's usually in a metal enclosure. It's got a key to get into the box, or screws that you got to take out, but typically it's just a key. It's a 1393 key. That's the number on there. A lot of times that's laying on the box, or you have it safely somewhere else stored. But you'll need that to get in the box. If not, let us know. But you're just going to turn that and get inside. And sometimes you may have a piece of paper or something like a book in here of the panel that'll fall out. Just don't worry about that. You'll want to take either the negative side or the positive side. One of these you're just going to take off and just leave that there. So now you've got the backup batteries disconnected. Now we can take the transformer off or unplug it. And what you're going to try to find is this guy right here. It's sometimes white, sometimes it's brown, and it has typically, or should, have some way to make sure that that doesn't fall out. It's a lock screw. So with that Phillips head, you're just going to simply unscrew that lock screw from the outlet so that you can just unplug that. And when you do that, the system is powered down. No lights on the cell. Your system has been powered down. You want to leave this unplugged for probably a minute or two. It doesn't matter how long, but you want to do at least a minute, so that way all the components completely power down. Once that time is, at least a minute, you want to go ahead and plug that transformer back in, and then put that lock screw in. And it's secure. So we're going to do everything in reverse order. We powered the system back up with that. It's going to say busy standby for a good 2 or 3 minutes. It's booting up. Your cell radio, it's going to have all these lights blinking here on the top left. That's normal. It's also booting up. So we're going to do everything in reverse order. You're just going to plug the battery lead back in. Again, red lead goes to positive, black lead goes to negative. And then just go ahead and shut that back and lock it. Now we're going to go to the cell radio, because this was the first thing we took off earlier, and just put that back in. And right now, the cell signal lights have not come back on. It's still booting up, and it still says busy. That's still normal. It may take up to 5 minutes. Nothing wrong with the system. If it takes a little bit, that's normal. But eventually, you're going to get another beep. That usually means the cell's about done. It's about online. Yep, there we go. So there's our signal strength lights back up. And that dance of lights, the green, yellow, red, that's stopped. Now we just have a yellow light. Now, most likely, everything's fine with the system to where we can put the cover back on. So with the little LED spots here, we want them to be at the top. Make sure the top goes in fine. And then at the very last, snap it in the top. And you want to make sure all the way around that that's all secure, all shut. And then at the keypad, you're going to do your code off. And then, sometimes it takes two. No more troubles. There are no more long-range radio troubles. Your system is back online, but before, you want to make sure everything's good, call our office. We'll double check everything with you, make sure everything looks good on our end, but we'll need to put it back online for you. That is the last step. Let's make sure everything looks good communication-wise. If you have a red light on here, or you can't get rid of troubles and it just doesn't seem like it's working, we can help you. It may mean that we have to come out, but I might be able to do something for you at the office too. Just ask for Watson, but I'm always happy to help. Again, just make sure you call if you need help.